fall is finally here, and it's time for us to winterize our yards. But what does that entail? I'm Donna Yater, and I'm here with Danny Triplett, owner of Westland Landscape. We're at a home in Woodneath Farms, a Hunt Midwest community in the Northland. Danny, you're the expert. Can you tell me what I should be thinking about when it comes to winterizing the outside of my house?
Sure. Most people think about the common sense things. Cleaning your gutters, winterizing your sprinkler system, disconnecting the hoses from the faucets. But this is a perfect time of year to winterize your landscape beds through the addition of mulch, pruning shrubs, pruning roses.
Oh, now wait a second. You told us to put mulch out in the springtime. Are we supposed to do it in the fall as well?
Yes, you should be mulching your beds in the spring and the fall, and top dressing them a little bit in the summer if the mulch gets thin.
Now, Danny, what purpose does mulching in the autumn serve?
Well, mulch serves a couple of purposes. It helps keep the moisture in the soil around the shrubs, and it also protects roses, rhododendrons, perennials, azaleas, all plants of that nature.
Okay, kind of keeps them warm through the winter.
Absolutely.
What about plants like mums?
Well, mums are used in two different ways in the landscaping. Some people have mums in their beds that serve as a perennial that are there all the time, and some people use mums to get annual color in the fall.
Okay, and so how would we handle them differently?
Well, these particular mums were used as an annual as they're lined along the walk here, and now would be the time to pull those out of the bed to prep your soil for spring or to plant spring flowering bulbs if you wanted to have bulbs.
Oh, makes sense. So if we were going to keep them as a perennial, what would we do?
We would just cut the mums back, mulch them up, and then put some fertilizer on them.
All right, makes sense. Okay, Danny, we've talked about pruning the shrubs and mulching the beds. Are there any other things that we should consider with our shrubbery?
Well, yes, this is a great time of year to deep root fertilize your shrubs.
Okay.
When things aren't growing on top, they're growing down below, and that establishes a really good foundation for the plants in the future.
Makes sense. It strengthens their root system.
Absolutely.
Okay, now outside of the beds, what should we consider with our grass?
Well, grass is an issue that is different every year in Kansas City. We can end up with the grass not growing after Halloween, or we can have grass growing all the way up until a couple of weeks before Christmas. What we need to do is monitor the weather, the grass growth, and once we've had a couple of freezes and we can tell that the grass is done growing, we want to get out there with the mowers and shortcut the lawns. That helps protect them from snow mold or any other things that can go on in the lawn during the winter. The grass is going to grow a little bit over the winter anyhow, and that keeps it from getting too leggy.
Makes sense. What about aeration? Is that something we do this time of year?
Well, you can aerate at this time of year, but you should have already done your core aeration or verticalizing or renovating of your lawns back in the beginning of August through the month of September.
Oh,
If you didn't get your core aeration done, it won't hurt anything to do it now. And if you do it now, try to time that with your winterizer fertilizer.
Now, Danny, what should we consider aside from the greenery in our yards?
Well, now's the time to put away things that you've had out for the summer, like your tiki torches, your lawn furniture. If you have a place to store it, I would say go ahead and put it inside. If you don't, get your covers out and get everything covered up, and that'll add to the longevity of your furniture.
We received some great tips today. For more home sense ideas, visit us at huntmidwest.tv.